Hey everybody, JW Dixon here. I'm going to show you guys a quick little tutorial video of how to use my part 3, I say my, Tartanized part 3 Madden scouting tool. And keep in mind, if you guys do not play NCAA 14 and you're not trying to bring all that stuff over, you can still use this tool. So if you just play Madden, you can still use the tool, still see combine stats, still see grades and whatnot. If you guys are interested in learning how to do the Dynasty Tracker and how to link all of your stats from NCAA, I'm not getting into that in this video. Tart will be releasing a video soon explaining all of that. And I think he might actually already have a video out. So be on the lookout for that. Or if you have any questions, ask him. But for now, I'm going to show you guys how to get your draft board working so you can actually see player grades and things like that. So the first step, if you are using NCAA Players, you're going to come up here and find part 1 from your draft class generator and come over here to your DC out. If you've used part 1 and part 2 before, this should be pretty familiar for you. You want to copy all of these rows right here, or you can honestly copy this entire sheet just like this. Right click, copy it, come back to the part 3, come down here to this tab, Madden 24 DC import, click here in cell A1, right click and paste it. I would do it, but it's all the same values here. But when you guys do it, you're going to see a little blue bars pop up, and that's just all the formulas calculating. This should go by pretty quick. This tool is not nearly as large as part 2, so I know you guys are familiar with that and waiting that long. You shouldn't have to wait that long. So, but make sure you wait for all those blue bars to finish. When they're done, you're going to want to come over here to the Madden player table import, and you're going to pull up your franchise save. Now, you only want to use this tool after you have already imported your draft class. So do not use this tool before you've imported your draft class. So even if you're using R part 2 and you create your draft class table, you want to make sure that you export from franchise editor after you have already saved inside of Madden 24. So save your game inside Madden 24 once your class is imported. Open up franchise editor. Open up your recent file or whatever your franchise file's name is. Come to the table editor. Type in 4228, that is the player table. Click File, Export, and save this anywhere on your desktop that you can find. It's going to say exporting at the top here. Just give it a little bit. Once it starts exporting, Excel is going to open itself automatically. And when that happens, this is very important. So you are not going to just close this and click File, Import, and do all that. That's not going to work. You're going to break the tool. So what you're going to do is open up your Excel file right here, highlight column A, drag all the way over to column LR, right click, copy, minimize, come back here, click on cell A1 where it says morph head, right click, paste special, values only. When you do that, it's going to take a second, probably going to take about a minute for all the formulas to calculate. But when you do that, your sheet should look like this right here. And when that's done, wait for all your blue bars up here at the top right to finish up. And when it's finished up, you're going to come down here and click the Run Scouting button. There's this enormous button that says, Press me the Run Scouting tool. Do exactly as it says. If you press this and it pops up a window that says, it's like a security thing that you need to give it permission, make sure you do that. It's just making sure that it's just letting you know that there could possibly be a virus or whatnot if you were using some foreign tool. But I mean, if you are not comfortable with doing this, I totally understand. But I can promise you, Tart and I have no incentive to look into your computer or anything like that. This doesn't give us any permission to do that regardless. So press me to run the scouting tool. At the top, you'll see running script. And it should finish up. If you don't see where it says it's finished, that's fine. Just click cancel and press it again. And you can see the blue running over here. And after about 5 or 10 seconds, it will run. Sometimes this will hang up and it won't ever tell you it's done. That's fine. I promise it's still working. And there you go. See, it says finish script. And once you've done that, you can come down here to the NFL Draft Scout board. And all of your, I've got it sorted by quarterbacks right now. Let me unsort it. And if you look here now, you can see all of the player grades here, all of the physicals, all the combine stats, and these are sortable. So, for example, projected 40 time. If you wanted to sort this by fastest to slowest, you could. And there you go. Fastest 40 time was ran by Kashawn Williams from Wake Forest. He is a receiver, projected to go in the 6th round. And he's projected to run a 4.32. So he's got some wheels. Could be one of those value picks that you take later on as a kick return guy. And like I said, you could sort by bench. This is, I believe, smallest to largest. So let's sort from largest to smallest. You have shuttle times, all of it. Arm strength. So sorting by grades is a little tricky since they're letter grades. So you're gonna have to scroll all the way down until you start seeing those populate once they're sorted. So here these are. So let me scroll back up here. So the first column is arm strength. So you'll see all the grades from arm strength. And make sure you guys read the README on the intro tab because we also have a glossary there that kind of explains what some of these grades mean. But one thing I'll tell you now during this video, arm strength is one of those tools or one of those attributes that there is no fog of war. If you watch tape of Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Brett Favre or whoever, you know that those guys can sling it. So that's the one grade that you can be confident in. All these other ones, there's a fog of war element to them. But I'm not going to let this video drag on too long. You guys can explore. Once you get your NCAA save linked via Tart's instructions, you'll be able to do cool things like this right here, where you can see Jackson Dart stats versus Will Rogers. So if you were confused about which one of these guys to pick, you could look. As you see here, Will Rogers actually had the highest vert in the class, and Jackson Dart had the third highest bench in the class. So just things like that are cool to look at. You can see all of their college stats. And some of this can maybe sway you towards taking one guy or the other. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. If y'all have any questions, always drop them in the Discord. Me and Tart are always around, unfortunately, at the dismay of our lives. So drop any information or any tips, or drop any questions or whatever you have for us, and we will answer them and get back to you soon. Thanks, guys.